XD Mod 2. What's up YouTube? TechShot87. Today we are doing another popular pistol, a line of pistols that we really haven't worked with a lot. We have the Springfield XD Mod 2, and just a little side note, welcome to our channel and thank you guys for watching. But one of the best things about doing YouTube and meeting new people in the real gun community, people that really care about one another, is meeting people like the guy that I met with this pistol. I actually traded recently my H&K VP9 awesome pistol for an AR-15. So met this guy, we talked a little bit. He was actually moving in a little while, in a couple months I guess, and told him about the channel and everything, and he said, hey man, if you ever want to use one of the pistols for a review, any way I can help you out, I'll be more than glad to do it. So I just met this guy a week ago, and he let us borrow one of the pistols. And people are the best part of shooting, man. The people you meet, it's just great. So just wanted to throw that out there, man. It's a great community. Most of the people are really awesome and care about one another. So great thing. So XD Mod 2, this gun had never been fired, never been seen a round through it at all, and we were the first ones to shoot through it, so I think that's really awesome. Springfield, we had an XDS, that was one of our first reviews as well, and we were just, you know, we're still learning, but we were really green whenever we reviewed that gun. But man, Springfield is the best when it comes to packaging. Of course, you get your magazine holder, okay. You get a little speed loader here. You get a outside the waistband, kind of like Kydex style plastic holster. You get a lock with their logo on it, an Allen wrench to tighten down your accessories here, and a cleaning brush. 2 magazines. This is the 9mm version. So you'll get one 13-round magazine. Notice the stainless steel body here with the cross cannon logo in there. We'll talk about that in a minute. I think that's really great. And then you also get a 16-round extended magazine, which has one of the X grips on it. So 2 very high quality magazines. You get replacement fibers for your front sight, 1 red, 1 green, and a nice lockable hard case. So let's take this out, move this to the side, and talk about the XD Mod 2. Of course, XD series of pistols started life as an HS 2000 made in Croatia. Springfield bought the rights to them, and now, for a little bit more money anyways, you can own an XD. From what I've seen, these are ranging in around the $450 range shipped. That's online prices, of course. And a lot of unique features for the Mod 2, and we'll talk about that. Here is the 13-round flat magazine right there, which is actually pretty good considering the size of this grip. And then you have the 16, which makes this a full-size gun basically. Just to give you a size comparison of where this fits at, of course this is really aimed at concealed carry. This is the M&P 9C that we recently reviewed. M&P holds 12 rounds, XD holds 13. And then just for kicks, let Jenny show you that. You can see a little bit difference. The XD does have a smaller barrel. There is the shield. So you can see the difference there. Now, of course, the shield is single stack, holds 7 rounds compared to 12 and 13. But that's kind of where the pistol fits. So just to give you that idea. So what you get out of the box as far as features on this pistol, of course you get a fiber optic front sight, and on the original XD subcompact it was just a white dot. On this one you get that fiber optic, which picks up really nice during the day. Doesn't do anything for you at night. Let me show you the actual sight picture here, get it lined up there. So it picks up really nice during the day. 2 white dots in the rear, which are dovetailed, instead of, I believe it was just a flat like plastic sight on the originals. You see your cocking indicator back here. Everything has been safety checked too, by the way. A cocking indicator right there. So as soon as you pull the trigger, that little nub goes away. Reset the striker, and there you go. You do have a grip safety. This is something that a lot of people don't like. Once you grip the gun, as long as you're in the right area, the gun's ready to go. So I see it as a passive issue, maybe even a benefit for some people that are a little sketched out by holstering their guns. What you can do if it's inside the waistband, as opposed to just doing this, maybe you could take this with the back of your thumb and push it in that way, because now you know nothing can happen. Of course you shouldn't trust that, but maybe make you feel better. I don't know. Some people like it, some people hate it. I see both sides of it. I see it more as being a passive thing though. Ambidextrous magazine release, which is very, very positive, by the way. There it is on both sides. No slide stop though. That is just on the left side of the pistol. Contoured the slide a little bit. They have done some cutting out here, trying to I guess modernize it a little bit. You do have a little area back here. It's not as accentuated, I guess, as the little polymer ears on the H&K VP9, but it is cut out on both sides, and you can really see where maybe that would help racking the slide. I thought that was pretty interesting that they did that. Very high undercut right up here under the trigger guard. This is a full review, by the way. I just wanted to mention that. This is a shooting and everything in this video. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. We had a great time with this thing, but you can get very high up on the pistol right there. That is a very nice feature they've put there. Your hand just tucks into this thing, and of course what's written on the side of the gun is the grip zone. This is the biggest thing with this gun that they have changed. You may not be able to tell from the texture, but there's actually 3 different textures on the back of this gun. Each one is supposed to provide a certain benefit for each part of your hand. There's a video on it on their website. You can go over and check it out, but it's 3 different textures, and you can kind of see a little bit. It's very VP9ish to me, which I really love the grip on that gun anyways, and it feels really good. I really do like that. Slight finger grooves right here in the front, and whenever your hands start sweating, you'll see here in a minute, man, this thing really does a great job of staying in your hand. So I think they actually did a really good job. They also made the grip like 1/10 of an inch smaller than the original XD as well. So they've tried to slim it down. Alright, so now that we're on this subject, let's talk about some of the specs on it. It has a 3-inch barrel. It's 6.25 inches, 6 1/4 inches overall length, 4.75 inches high with the flat magazine, 26 ounces unloaded, kind of on the heavy side there. 1.19 inches thick at your grip is where they're measuring it, and it's got the melanite finish, and it is forged steel as far as the material on the slide. Alright, so you got a lot of nice features on this gun. The trigger is a little bit weird, but I'd say it's a pretty decent trigger once you put ammo through it. You have a safety dingus on the trigger right there. You hit kind of a wall right here. You do hit a wall, but then you have some creep here in the trigger. Check this out. A little bit of creep. Then you hit another wall where it breaks, and it breaks all the way back against the frame. Here's the reset. Right there. So it's not a bad trigger, and it may look a little worse than what it actually is. Let me show you one more time. and the trigger is not heavy. It's pretty decent range as far as weight, it feels like. But once you put ammo through this thing, you really start to see what you can do with this pistol. You'll see what we're talking about here in a minute. We had a good time with this gun. We had a great time with this gun. So what we're going to do after the shooting part of the review is we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons with the gun as I see them. So on your disassembly, you got to watch the grip safety on this one, because if you don't have it depressed, you cannot rack the slide, okay? I like to do this a lot of the times and see the grip safety isn't engaged, so I cannot get the slide to go back. So you got to get a full grip on it. Now lock the slide to the rear, rotate your lever up, let the slide go forward. You're going to be slightly out of battery, pull the trigger, and then pull it off. One of the greatest things about Springfield, and I said it on the XDS, I'll say it on this gun, I'll say it on all their guns, is the attention to detail is amazing. Even the recoil spring kind of impresses me. It's very heavy duty, it's a dual captive recoil spring, and it just feels like it's going to last a long time. I love that. The internals look pretty similar to what we're used to seeing. Of course, this gun has been shot, so let me show you one of the coolest things about this gun. They polished the feed ramp right from the factory, man, and it looks so nice. Looks very good. The internals look really high quality, so that's one thing. The Croatians make a wonderful pistol. These guns used to sell when they were the HS 2000 for almost nothing. And then, of course, you put Springfield's name on them, and it goes up a little bit, but they make a good gun. Put the slide back on, lock it to the rear, rotate your lever down. Now you're good to go. Another one of those features I was talking about is the cross cannon on the top of the slide there. Just looks amazing. Of course, you can get this in stainless steel, I believe. You can get the stainless steel slide as well. I know that you can get them with they have the 45s now as well. This one has the 3-inch barrel. The XD Mod 245 has a 3.3 inch barrel. So you have some different configurations that you can run this thing in. Magazines, like I said, are very, very high quality magazines, and they go in so easy. It's effortless to just run it home, whether the slide is closed or open, because you're going to run it both ways anyways. So they go in effortless. I love that. Here, no issues with the gun. So let's go ahead and take you guys to the range. I'll show you what I'm bragging about here, and we'll go ahead and finish this video out with pros and cons and let you guys know how I feel about the XD Mod 2. What's up, YouTube? It's TechShot87. Today we're out here on the range, and there's actually nobody out here right now. It's a Saturday evening. Got my ears off, so it's going to be pretty enjoyable. Reviewing the XD Mod 2. We talked a little bit about how we got this in the intro. Super awesome guy that we met. So we're going to be reviewing this. We're going to start at 7 yards. You can hear him on the pistol range shooting right there, but we're going to start at 7 yards and see how it goes. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, we got the XD Mod 2, and we are going to start at 7 yards. So let's go ahead and get started. tighten that up a little bit.
Oh, nice. What'd you think? Wow.
All right, so yeah, not too bad. You know, pulled one down here, had a couple outside the circle, but definitely a good trigger. It's kind of stagey in the beginning, but once that thing breaks, man, it's pretty dead on. So let's go ahead and let Jenny load up and see how she does with the Mod 2 with the grip zone. XD Mod 2.
I pulled a few over here, but once you refocus and kind of reach your mind right, you get it right back there in the middle. I went everywhere except right there.
Yeah, but that's a nice little hole right there. So, but first shots for Jen, pretty nice. Not too bad. All right, let's take it out to 15, see what we can do. All right, we're gonna do the 15-yard headshot test, XD Mod 2. Half the magazine. Yeah, not too bad with the mod. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. As you can see, this thing is a shooter, man. It is a little bit heavy, and it really helps mitigate a lot of that recoil. One thing I noticed with the sight picture, get that lined up across the top there, is you don't have much air on either side of that post, which in a way I think kind of helps a little bit. Alright, so let me go ahead and show you some of these targets with what we did here. Move the monster out of the way. This was the rapid fire that you seen in the beginning. You could tell right there some of this ripped as we rolled them up or whatever, but my shots were right in there. I think I pulled one high up to the neck, but that was pretty good for the little double taps I was doing. And then here was the second go around with that. So not too bad as far as controllability for a smaller gun. It's actually pretty good. Here was Jen's first outing with the XD Mod 2. You could see a really nice grouping in here again, but she had some really nice shots right there. Pulled a couple, but really great as far as practical accuracy on this gun. It's amazing. And then here was my first set of shots right there. Very good. I think we were at 7 yards both times. So very good there. And then the headshot test was right there. 1, 2, nope, that one didn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 out of the 13 shots hit. You could see I was in that general area for the most part though. It just performs well. I mean, there was no malfunctions. I think we ran 125 rounds through the gun, no hiccups. It's just a great piece. The grip zone, it's a little bit tacky having it right there on the side of the gun, I will admit, but I think it really does serve a great purpose. This grip texture and the way it feels, I didn't notice any kind of slipping when I was really getting into it. My hands started to sweat. So I think they really did a nice job with this texturing. The grip safety has kind of been of a little bit of annoyance because like I said, I like to do this when I rack the slide, and I noticed that I just gotta readjust my grip to do that. Slight negative on that, but it's not a big deal. Magazine button is a little bit, I'm not gonna say quirky. It works very well, but it's just kind of stiff at times, so maybe that'll loosen itself up, but just very minor things. And for the price of this gun and what you get in the box, $450, that is an amazing deal. One of the things I will say though, the weight on the gun, and like I talked about in the XDS video, that gun was like 23.5 ounces for a single stack. This one's 26 ounces unloaded, and it's a, it's a double stack subcompact, but it's more of a compact size. It's not really a subcompact, and we're going to talk about this in a future video to hopefully maybe clarify some of this, because at 26 ounces, it's not really subcompact at all. Now, the right holster can help you mitigate a lot of that, weight, but to me, this is more of just a compact gun. Get the right holster, and I think this can be definitely a carryable piece. Very, very nice fit and finish. The trigger, you really don't notice that much creep. When you're actually shooting the gun, I didn't really notice a lot of that creep at all. So I thought the trigger did great. I thought the gun fired great. Easy to rack the slide. We didn't talk about the little chamber indicator up there. That's another one of your safety features, but it's very passive and very low profile. So there you go, guys. The XD Mod 2 with your grip zone. I think the grip zone is not just hype. I really think this texturing itself is very nice. We could do without this grip safety. I think a lot more people would probably pick this gun up if they just did away with that. It's passive enough to where it's probably not even really needed. Just my opinion, just saying, but I think a lot more people would actually enjoy this gun without that. But with that being said, the XD Mod 2 has been a great little gun. Thank you guys for watching and checking the videos out. Make sure you subscribe for future videos. We will see you guys next time, and as always, hold them down.